Hey everyone, welcome back to another juicy dive into Hollywood's golden age. Today, we're spilling some tea about the fiery Irish star Maureen O'Hara, known for her iconic roles in classics like The Quiet Man and Miracle on 34th Street. But here's the kicker. Did you know this red-haired legend had some strong opinions about singers? We're about to uncover the untold story of the 5 singers Maureen O'Hara couldn't stand. Trust me, you won't believe who made her list. Stick around until the end for a shocking twist that ties it all together. So don't click away. First, let's set the stage. Maureen O'Hara wasn't just a talented actress with a stunning soprano voice. She was a force of nature. Born in Dublin in 1920, she grew up surrounded by music. Thanks to her mother, a former opera singer, Maureen herself dreamed of being an opera star before Hollywood came calling. With that kind of background, she had high standards for singers, but not every voice impressed her. In fact, some downright irritated her. Curious yet? Let's dive into the first singer on her list, but make sure you watch until the end to catch the full story. Number 1 on Maureen's dislike list was a pop sensation of the 1940s whose style clashed with her classical roots. While Maureen never publicly named names, whispers from old interviews suggest she wasn't a fan of overly theatrical crooners. Think of someone like Frank Sinatra, whose smooth, swoony style dominated the charts. Maureen, with her love for disciplined operatic vocals, reportedly found his laid-back delivery a bit too casual. Imagine her rolling her eyes at those screaming fans, but was it really Sinatra or someone else? Keep watching to find out how this connects to her bigger story. Moving on to number 2, we've got a jazz icon who rubbed Maureen the wrong way. Jazz was huge in Maureen's era, but its free-spirited vibe didn't always sit well with her structured taste. Rumor has it she wasn't thrilled with singers like Ella Fitzgerald, whose improvisational scat singing felt chaotic to Maureen's trained ear. Ella's genius was undeniable, but Maureen preferred clear, controlled melodies. It's like she was saying, give me a proper aria over that jazzy stuff any day. Can you guess who's next? Stay tuned for a surprising reveal at the end. Number 3 is a real shocker, a folk singer from the 1950s folk revival. Maureen, being proudly Irish, loved traditional Celtic tunes, so you'd think she'd embrace folk music. But according to behind-the-scenes gossip, she wasn't fond of singers like Joan Baez, whose raw, unpolished vocals felt too simplistic for her. Maureen believed singing should be powerful and refined, not just heartfelt. This clash of styles paints a picture of a woman who knew exactly what she liked. Want to know the wildest part? Don't skip ahead, the final twist will blow your mind. For number 4, we're looking at a Broadway star whose belting voice didn't win Maureen over. Think along the lines of Ethel Merman, known for her performances. Maureen, who almost landed the lead in The King and I, had a deep respect for musical theater but found some Broadway voices too brash. She once hinted in her memoir, "'Tis Herself," that certain singers lacked the subtlety she craved. It's like she was throwing shade without saying a name. We're getting closer to the big reveal, so keep watching to see how it all ties together. Number 5 is a country music legend who just didn't vibe with Maureen's taste. Country was massive in America during her Hollywood years, but Maureen's Irish roots and classical training made her picky. Someone like Patsy Cline with her emotional twangy ballads might have been too far from Maureen's world of polished arias. She respected passion but wanted technical perfection. This list is heating up, and trust me, you don't want to miss the final piece of this puzzle. Stay with me until the end for a jaw-dropping connection. Now, here's where things get juicy. Why did Maureen have such strong feelings about these singers? It wasn't just about music, it was personal. As a singer herself, Maureen recorded 2 albums, sings her favorite Irish songs, and love letters. During a break from acting in the 1960s, she poured her heart into those records, but they never got the attention they deserved. Some say she felt overshadowed by the very singers she criticized. Imagine her frustration, a Hollywood star with a killer voice, yet the spotlight went to others. This resentment might have fueled her dislike. Feeling the drama yet? Hang on, because the end will tie it all together. Let's take a step back. Maureen's opinions weren't about hate in the way we think today. She was a perfectionist, shaped by her rigorous training at Dublin's Abbey Theatre and her mother's operatic influence. To her, singing was an art form that demanded discipline, not just popularity. So when she heard singers who leaned on charisma over technique, it got under her skin. It's like she was defending her craft. This perspective makes her list less about personal grudges and more about her passion for music. But there's one last surprise waiting. Don't click away. Here's the hook you've been waiting for. The Untold story isn't just about who Maureen disliked, it's about what she stood for. In her autobiography, she wrote, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." Her critiques came from a place of wanting music to be authentic and meaningful. She wasn't throwing shade to be mean. She was protecting the art she loved. And guess what? Some of these singers might not even be the ones we named. Since Maureen never confirmed her list, we're piecing together clues from her life and era. The real twist? Her so-called hate was more about her fierce love for music. So, what's the big takeaway? Maureen O'Hara was more than a movie star. She was a woman with a voice, literally and figuratively. Her strong opinions about singers show us how deeply she cared about her craft. Whether it was a crooner, a jazz legend, a folk singer, a Broadway belter, or a country star, her dislikes reflected her high standards. This untold story gives us a peek into the heart of a Hollywood icon. Pretty wild, right? If you loved this deep dive, smash that like button and share this video with your friends. That's all for today, folks. This story about Maureen O'Hara proves that even the biggest stars have their pet peeves. Keep watching for more untold tales from the golden age of cinema. See you in the next video.